welcome to today's episode. I have the honor of having my friend Marcella Landreth at the Real M Landreth 59 on today. How are you doing?
Hi, I just want to thank you for having me, Lisa.
Oh, I'm so excited that you're here, and I'm so
Yeah,
excited
me
that we're
too.
friends on Instagram, and
I know. I love it.
I love it. I love our little groups,
I
and
know. It's so much fun.
it is, and I'm so excited. I've made so many amazing friends like you on Instagram,
I know. That's what I love about it as well.
in the community.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a great little community. So, you've run an amazing inspirational page. So, what drew you to Instagram, and why did you decide to share some of your stuff? I know you do here and there, but also other people's stuff.
Well, I started my page out as just a personal page, so I wasn't really doing anything. It was just like, oh, I'll post some pictures. Well, then I started at Christmas. I thought, well, I ought to post some of my Christmas trees I do. So then I did that, and it totally grew from there. I mean, so then I just started going on and on and on. And the reason I share other people's, I mean, I share big accounts as well, but I love to share little accounts because I want to help them grow as well because it makes me feel good. So it's kind of a selfish thing. It helps them and it helps me feel good, so that's why I
That's
love it.
selfish. I think that's caring.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes me, and they're so happy, and that puts a smile on my face. So
Yeah,
that's the reason I do it.
that's awesome. It's a way of giving back to the community.
It
And
is. And we'll talk about it later what I've been through, but yes, it is a big way of giving back to me as well.
yeah. Yeah, like I always try and shout out if someone tags me like an inspiration or a DIY they did that they
Right.
of mine. If you see my stories, I'll try and shout them out as much as I can, So
Yes.
it's always just a fun way to give back.
But I know for sure, the bigger you get, the harder it is to keep up with it all. It really is. I mean, and I tried to do that too, but it's getting harder. To,
Yeah, it does. It's harder. Like I try and get back to every single message, and
me
then
too.
sometimes Instagram, like all of a sudden I'll hit the unread, and there's like boom, ones
Oh,
from
I
weeks ago,
know.
and I'm like, where were those? Because it
I
says I have
know.
zero.
That's what happens to me, and it's just like, oh no, I don't want them to think I'm ignoring them because I'm not. But
Yeah. So,
so
so you started your page just to share your stuff, and then it just kind of kept growing, and then now you share so many. I mean, amazing. Where do you find like all these gorgeous photos? How many people are you following? Because sometimes I'm like, I didn't even see this account before, and then I go follow them because it's something you shared.
well, and I do that too. I do the same thing, but I have a lot of people send me stuff and asking me to share, but I don't know how to say this, but I only want to share stuff that is quality, but I do, most of it is when I get that. But there are some people when they send stuff, I'll say, can you take another picture for me? And then they do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I find it all. I just research, a lot of research,
Okay.
but I don't know. It's just because it's hard to share all of your own stuff
Yeah.
without, and other people like to see all kinds of ideas. And
Especially at
so,
Christmas time or the
oh
holidays,
yes,
you know.
Christmas is my thing. It's my thing, and unfortunately, like I told you earlier, I can't decorate this year because my house is going through a remodel. So it's
Yeah.
breaking my heart.
Oh no, it's a crazy year. It's just to
Yeah,
add to it, right?
right.
So, but you did get featured in an HGTV interview.
Yes, I did.
So let's
And
talk
I
about
was
that.
okay. I kind of was in shock at first. I didn't believe it at first when they contacted me.
Uh-huh.
So what I did, oh gosh, what I did, the person that contacted me, I did research on them before I responded.
Right.
And then I seen they were legit. And so it went from there. And we talked on the phone a couple of times and emailed several times. And I was curious. I said, how did you find me?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, well, we was doing this article and on the Maximalist Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, you know, it was during the election when the hashtags were all shut down for a while.
Yeah.
But she said, I could see some, and my granddaughter's donut Christmas tree popped up. And when she saw that, then she went to my page.
Oh.
So that was how that happened. So actually luck, I guess, maybe, or everything happens for a reason, how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an opportunity, and whatever God puts in front of us, we got to do, you know, so.
And it's a great opportunity. I read the article. I was so excited for you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was pretty humbled by it. My family was proud, so.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
I got a lot of responses from where I live, you know, the local people that live around here. So they were all happy, and that made me feel good.
Oh, good. Spreading Christmas spirit around.
Yes, absolutely.
So when you kind of touched on it before, you get a lot of people that send you things. So I know you shared a couple of my photos before too. So
oh my gosh, how can I not? They're all so beautiful.
oh, thank you. Every year it's getting better.
Yeah.
I finally have a house.
Well, and you know, and that happens. I look back at how I used to decorate, and I'm like, oh my, you know. Yeah.
We got to keep up. I have to keep up with these young ones out there.
I know, because I'm probably one of the older ones in our group.
Same.
But I don't feel it, but I know mentally I don't feel it. Sometimes physically I do.
So people, if they want to get featured on your page, they either have to send you a DM or a video, and then that's how you share it. There's no magic app.
And you know, they can email me as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then you know what? A lot of times I'll like when I see your videos or someone's I want to show, I'll just say, could you send me your video? I'd love to share it. And I get, you know, if you guys don't want to, that's fine. But everybody does. So
that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. So that's kind of how you do it. So, you know, a few tips on people who want to start an inspiration page. What have you learned along the way? How long have you had your page actually?
3 years.
Okay. So what are some big lessons you learned along the way, I guess, that you can think of? That would be a good tip or something for someone to avoid.
The number one thing that I think, well, be yourself for sure. Don't try to copy, which there are things I get ideas from, but I always tag that person. Because if you don't, you're going to hear about it.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. I mean, you know, there are the good points and the negative points, but that's the biggest thing. Always give the people credit where the credit is due. I mean, that is, to me, that's the number one thing.
Yeah.
Because you will get called out on it.
Yeah.
And I made that mistake. Actually, I got a picture off Pinterest one time. Didn't realize it was someone that I was friends with on, it was when I first started probably on Instagram. And they go, that's so-and-so's picture. And then the so-and-so person messaged me, you need to tag me in that. You know, of course I apologized and made it right. And that's happened a couple of times.
Yeah, well, because sometimes on Pinterest, especially, things are shared and shared so many times.
Right.
You lose who the original person is. And
yes.
Like I see some of our friends on there, and they're not tagged. I do too. You know, they're not tagged at all, and it's either a company using their photos or something. So it gets lost.
Absolutely, it is that way. So it's that's the biggest thing. Just always make sure you give people credit. That's, to me, that's the big thing, because I don't ever want it to look like I'm stealing somebody's idea or, you know, and if I would do that, it's total accident and I would fix it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So just be upfront with it then, is what you're saying. And
yes, absolutely.
So now, when you decide what you decide to share, I keep going back to this because it just, you know, it's a completely different account from mine. It just, whatever hits you, whatever, like, so it's
you know what?
Your genre, kind of.
Yes. The other day, I can't remember her name. I hate that. I saw a picture of this girl's Christmas tree. Well, it blew me away. Well, I thought, I am sharing this, and this is goals for next year. I already went out and bought the ornaments to do my tree next year for like this. And I guess I was right, because after I posted it, I think it's got almost 18,000 likes. So I kind of, you never the pictures. I knew that one blew me away, but you never know. But sometimes pictures that you think are going to be really, people are going to let, they don't. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of strange, but
Same with my DIYs. It's kind of
yes,
like I'll do something that was just like a little off, whatever, and it blows up, and I'm like, man, sometimes I can't figure out what you guys want.
I know. And by the way, your DIYs are amazing. You are so talented. And I just have not done that because I just don't know if I can do that. I don't know. I mean, it's just, I love watching them though. They're amazing.
Thank you. It's fun. I keep on thinking I'm going to run out of ideas, and there's so many good DIYers right now.
I notice a lot of people are you're one with the table that you did the table. What was it? That was huge. Yeah. That was a good one. I love that one.
And I almost didn't record that.
What?
I almost didn't record that. I was literally just in my leggings and an oversized shirt with my hair up, and we had to get to my daughter's house, and we were running late. Well, not running late, but time was getting short. And I'm like, I don't want to set it up and do all the things. I just want to get it done.
I know.
Because she wanted us to bring it, and we had to put it in the truck, and all. It was a whole thing. And so I'm like, just do it. And it has like 3 million views on TikTok.
I know. I know. I follow you on TikTok. So.
And then I don't know how much on Instagram. And it's like, you just never know. So now it's like, I was making one of my friends asked me the other day to make her some bows, and she dropped off ribbon. So I just made her a bunch of bows. And I took a video. I was almost done. And I said, Steve, just take a video of me making this bow. You never know.
Right. That is one DIY I could do. I do make bows.
Yeah.
So, but you asked me earlier, what is one thing? One thing doing this, it's a lot of work and a lot of time. That's, people should need to really, know that. I would tell them that's a huge thing.
So how many times a day do you post?
During the holidays, anywhere from 1 to 4, maybe.
That's a lot.
And that's a lot.
It is, because you have to engage.
Yes, engage, and I can't keep up, but I do answer everybody or respond, even if it's on someone else's picture, because I feel like, I have to, and I want to. So yeah, it's just a lot of work. I mean, there's some days I'll get my phone, how long I was on my phone, 8 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, and if I'm, one day I got a message about not being on my phone as long as I was. I mean, it was like 7 hours or something. I was like, okay.
That's funny. Yeah, people have to realize that to reach any level of success on Instagram, you have to treat it as a job. It doesn't have to be your full-time job, but it is a job, and you have to look at it that way.
And when I was working before I got sick, I couldn't do it a lot because I worked. And so I've actually put a lot more into it in the last few months than I had. So
let's talk about that. So you actually, unfortunately, caught COVID.
Yes, I did.
So let's talk about that. How was your experience? I know it was very scary there for a little bit for all of us.
Yes, I was. I thought I had a kidney infection. My lower back, and I'd had a low-grade fever for about a week. So I went to the doctor and got all these tests run, and then, yes, it was COVID, because they rushed it through because I was literally so sick. And so that was on a Monday. They called me Monday morning. Yes, you have it. Here's what you need to do. And if your oxygen starts dropping, get to the ER. And I don't even remember much about that week, except on Friday when I tried to get up, something was not right. So I called my daughter and I said, could you please take me to the emergency room? I am so sick. And then it went downhill from there. It was, when I got there, they said, would you want to be resuscitated? And I was like, oh my gosh, I said, my daughter's in charge of everything. So, talk to her. And I went in on Friday morning. The following Thursday, they told them that I was going to make it, but they didn't know I didn't know the whole time. So it was the most scariest thing, humbling thing. It changed everything in my life. So thankful and so blessed. And I cannot thank my doctors and the nurses at the hospital. I mean, you would have thought I was the only patient there. I got that good of care. So I owe it all to them and my family. I'm a type person, and I did realize I could let loose of some control now. They handled everything beautifully. So, but yeah, I'm doing good. I got out of the hospital in August. I'm what you call a long hauler. So I'm still having some issues. Like I know it doesn't look like it with my hair, but I've lost so much hair. And that's what I'm dealing with now. And then some days I can't get out of bed, but the next day I'm like, okay, when my family FaceTime me, they can tell when I'm having a good day. I have makeup on. And the other days I have pajamas on. So, but yes, it was very, very scary. And I have friends that's got it now. A lot of them don't have it as bad as I did, but they do have it. I know someone that died with it last week. So I am so blessed, and I just can't say that enough, and thankful.
Oh, well, I remember in our group chat when we heard you had it and we heard how serious it was, we were all very concerned for you. And
oh, I know you guys were awesome.
Yeah.
You really were.
Well, I'm so glad you made it through.
Thank you.
I'm glad that even though you're still having these residual effects, that you made it through, and you look beautiful today. And
thank you. A lot of makeup.
Same. So what would you say for people, because when this episode airs, we're still going to be in the middle of a pandemic. What would you say to some people, just, caution wise?
Caution wise, you have to wear the mask. When I got it, and I'm just going to be very honest, it was one time I didn't have my mask on. One time. And I had wore it all the other times. So, because I knew the date, I knew everything, and I wasn't I was just like, oh my gosh. But I hate saying this, we didn't do Thanksgiving like we normally do this year, and we're not going to do Christmas like we normally do.
Yeah.
But just keep your distance, wear your mask, wash your hands, and pray we get through the next few months, because it's going to get really bad.
Yeah.
Our hospital here is already bad.
Yeah.
It's just, I know people's heard that if people do not want to wear a mask, I understand that. I don't understand for myself, but respect other people. That's what I worry about, because I didn't know I had it. I decorated a wedding. I went to the wedding. I went to work. I was around my 80-year-old mother, my whole family. No one got it, and I already had it but didn't know it.
Wow.
So just think of others, is what I say, before ourselves. That's what you have to do. Yeah. When people reach out to me on Facebook messages, I've got this and this, can you suggest anything? That's a blessing that I can help them, So, and if anybody that has gotten it can donate plasma if they have the antibodies, that's a big, important thing.
Yeah, that's
I really do believe that saved me.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you did say that. You said that you got plasma and you feel that saved your life.
And my doctors, they weren't doing steroids at first to people. And I don't know if you've ever been on steroids. Oh my. They put me on steroids too. Between that and the plasma, they're saying is what saved me. So, but yeah, it was a life-changing, and I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm still scared that I could get it again, because they don't know that.
Yeah.
And I still go to all my doctors once a month. So,
I'm glad that you can help share your story with everyone. Yes. Hopefully it is still, like I said, by the time this episode airs, we're still going to be in the middle of it.
Oh, I know.
Just to mask up, think of others, and yes. Really just, like
we're all in this together. I mean,
yes.
that we're in this together. And this is all we've got, you know. But
Yeah.
and I would also say if anybody has any questions or needs advice from someone that had it really bad, they can always DM me, you know, on my Instagram or whatever they need to, you know, I'll talk to anybody about it because it's really my passion right now. You know,
Well,
I just,
you said it changed your perspective on life. Like what are some of the things? I know you're remodeling your home, so that was a big
and yes, that was put on hold, but you know, that's material things. So that didn't, um, after I got out of quarantine and all that, I got to be around, I've been around my family more than I've been around them in all the years put together. That was a positive thing of it, you know. But I was living life, I guess you call it in the fast lane. I wasn't absorbing any, just going through the motions.
mm-hmm.
And it slowed me down
Mm-hmm.
mentally, physically, everything. And you appreciate everything so much more. It's like if one of my kids will say, well, my daughter and her boyfriend and her two kids were in a car wreck Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
They were out of town. They were coming home from his mom and dad's, and you know, they were all upset about the car. And I said, that car doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's your lives. None of you have a scratch on you. That I'm so thankful, you know. So it's just not about, I don't know. It's just interacting with people more and caring and giving. Giving has been my big thing. Sometimes I felt like I maybe was more selfish, but now I just want to give and help others in any way I can. And I figured God, I even prayed about that last night. God will put in front of me what he wants me to do. Like if someone needs help, he'll put it there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the holidays, a lot of people are needing help, and I'm getting things on DMs, you know, would you like to do this? And yes, I would, anything, you know. So
Giving back,
giving back is, yes. And trying to give more time to my family because they get kind of annoyed with me sometimes because I'm on my phone and, you know, so that's another thing that I really need to work on that.
yeah.
So.
I also like on the weekends or something or in the evenings I try and put my phone down more.
Right.
You know, I think even on the quarantine side, you know, the first few months I jokingly say I just drank a lot, which I'm still drinking a lot, but
yeah.
I really like it. It's very relaxing. And
especially at nighttime for me.
We're not doing anything. And, you know, because I have a grandchild and I take care of her a couple times a week. And so like I'm home, you know, people see me on my shopping trips, but I was out every day. I'm out maybe once a week.
Right.
You know, and I try and like stack it to where if I'm going out that one time and we're like fully covered and doing all the things. And, but well, my point to that is I put my phone down a lot more. I was like you, I was 8 hours a day screen time, you know, yes. And I'm just like, that's crazy. And so just like trying to absorb the family when they're here. And, you know, even though we are social media influencers, of course, we want people on our pages and
right, absolutely.
I still want to encourage people to take that time to put the phone down and interact more with their families, that other people that you can be with at least now.
Yeah, you know, and with Instagram, that's another thing. You meet so many people, and people go, you can't trust anybody. You know, I get a few weird DMs from men, and I just block.
Yeah.
But so far, I have not found anybody that I wouldn't trust on here. That we've all made a friendship. Yeah. I mean, we're all in each other's lives. We see it every day.
Yeah, I mean, I love everybody I'm friends with, and
me too.
Like, I really try and help like the new people out. I remember when I was just starting out, and there was someone who had thousands of followers, and I remember that I talk about it. The first person that was nice to me and like share and gave me feedback and like I was like, so I always try and do that. That's why I created the courses and the podcast.
Oh yeah,
and things, is just to help people learn and grow and like, you know, be inspired.
Yeah, you know, I need to mention two people now that you said that. um, you know, Landon, of course, most glam home of Instra. He has taught me so much.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was, and we've grown a great friendship out of it. But yes, he has. And when I first started, I learned a lot from Renee.
Oh, yeah.
Watching her do her Christmas trees and her bows. And, you know, those are probably the two biggest people that influenced me at the very first. Now there's tons of people, of course. Mm-hmm. You know, I can't name them all, but that was in the beginning. There's always that person, you know, and
yeah.
So, yeah, it was good. And we've kept up those friendships which is wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. Renee was a big one for me in the beginning too. When Christmas hit, I was like, whoa, you know, yeah. I've never seen anything like her house.
When her Christmas hit, I was like, I couldn't quit watching anything of hers.
I know.
And I always tell her she needs a TV show.
I know, right?
I always tell her that.
Are so funny.
It's so funny.
Yeah. We met when I lived in Texas.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And it was right before I moved back to Arizona. And so we got to hang out one day and we did a DIY no one's ever going to see because we didn't have it on a drive and the whole thing. But I have it in my closet. I had it on my counter for a while. And she taught me how to tile some stuff. And we spent the afternoon together. And I was just like, I was leaving in 3 weeks or whatever. So it was just kind of that. But we've stayed friends, of course. Yeah. And she's exactly like she is in her stories.
I know, and I would love to meet her in person. I would love to meet her because she's just like, you know, so natural. So she just puts it out there.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm not that brave.
Yeah.
But I have decided with my remodel, I have did some before videos and pictures that I will share. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So, but I don't usually show the mess, you know, but yeah. That's real life. So
but people want to see it. Like I showed my dirty bedroom, you know, like
yes, mine too.
Piles of clothes. And I'm just like, not every room in my house is my office.
Yeah.
All around me.
I'm a big time
full of packages for Christmas and
slabs. You know, I've got packages everywhere. I don't even know. I forget what I've gotten. I hate that. But now my daughter just moved out. She built her house next door to me, and this is it where I'm at. So I'm turning her bedroom into an office. So I'll have my own space. So can't wait. That's another project down the road. I feel like I get so many going, and it's hard to finish one.
I was the same way when
I jump around.
Yeah, I was the same way when I remodeled this house. I was like, this project, we had like 3 or 4 going. Then I had to be like, okay, I only have so much money. So I have to stick to a room and finish that room to the best that I can for now. And then I'll do a phase 2 later on, or we'll upgrade it later. And that's kind of how I started to, you know, because it was just a lot of money going into a lot of different places.
Oh, yeah. You know, thank God for paint. That's a quick way to change it cheaply, you know. So, I know, because one thing leads to another.
Yeah.
Well, I've got this. Now that doesn't look so good.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Or I got this and now I want a new sofa.
Right. That's the point I am right now. Because I'm getting new flooring and had my living room painted. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to need new furniture. And now I'm thinking, should I go to IKEA maybe and buy, they've got really great slip covers there. Maybe I'll try that. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just one thing and one day at a time for me.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you so much.
Thank you.
For being on today and sharing how you grew your page. And I just love that you give back to all size accounts. It's very important for this community to showcase the smaller and the larger. And I enjoy all of your Christmas content, especially because you know it's our favorite time of year.
Oh, I know.
So some of these are mind blowing. So I'm glad you get to share all of that.
Well, I love all your DIYs, so keep it up because you probably won't see me doing that.
Well, and I also want to say thank you for sharing your COVID journey.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I hope it's going to help someone, you know.
That's how I feel. And like I said, if anybody wants to reach out to the real Landreth 59, Marcella, go ahead because I can answer questions. I've studied it. I know all about it. So and give people hope. You know, that's the thing, hope.
Yeah. And that's all that's what we need right now. And that's what we need this holiday time.
I know.
Well, thank you for being my friend.
Well, thank you,
Thank you for
Lisa, and
coming
thank
on.
you. Thanks for being my friend. I'm so blessed. I met you on here.
I know, right?
Yes.
So many good, so many, I want people to hear that, like, having the Instagram page and the following is just part of it, but you also get to meet people and share your life. And especially in this time of quarantine, a lot of my Instagram friends I get to chat with more than my real
I do
friends.
too. Yes, I do too.
You know,
and
so
I love that.
it's our tribe we've built, and
It is.
it's a big part of this journey.
And you know what my dream is? Someday we can all meet. Wouldn't that be
I know.
fun?
Yes.
Wouldn't it, like in our little group, we could all meet somewhere. That would be fun.
It has to be or when the COVID ends and like
Yes.
the end of next year or something, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, you know, we've got friends on the you on the West Coast. We got them on the East Coast. No, you're not. You're in Arizona, right?
I'm in Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They're everywhere.
But I know, but it'd be fun.
Yes, it would be. Yes, it would.
Well, thank you again. And it was my
Thank you, Lisa.
pleasure.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.